The only thing that's annoying is that we have been invaded by these flies all of a sudden. Like we just ran into them. We just left Fedje. It's a couple of days now since the last entry in the video. Yeah, stay was okay. The island is beautiful, but the marina situation is not that great. But it's a good harbor. So we are now heading back to the mainland, and we are going to anchor somewhere tonight. We're not 100% sure where and when yet, but we have some options. So we'll see what the wind does, and we'll make up our mind along the way. So we'll. I don't know what the day is going to hold yet. But we are on course, even gaining more height than we had anticipated. So this is turning out to be a good sail so far. Let's hope the luck continues. So full sails are up, and we are gliding across a calm ocean, 6 meters per second wind. That's about 10 to 12 knots somewhere. It's really nice warm weather. It's been foggy. Yesterday was really foggy. We went for a hike yesterday, and it was yeah, the morning was really foggy, and then it cleared a bit, and we went for a hike for 3 hours and got back, and it started raining and it was foggy again. So it was a bit miserable, but at times really good. This morning was also, all night has been raining, and this morning was raining and also some fog, but it's cleared now and we're off, and the weather seems to clear up, and so this is good. So we are happy to be on the way again. Our original course was behind these islands, but now we are passing them on the north side, so that's good. So we've been able to make a bit more height. We've sacrificed a little bit of speed to do this, but I guess we'll gain back the time when we get a better wind angle after the islands, because we are going in this cut down here, or heading in a fjord, or whatever we should call this, towards another cut up to somewhere else. I haven't decided which one yet. So we are doing well, making a good course, making clear of all the shallows outside of here by quite a margin, so that's good. And we are followed by a different sailboat. This one is behind me here. I don't know if you can pick it up yet, but the only sailboat that I can remember was left in the marina. Well, there is two. It's either a really old one, and I guess it has to be that one. A little bit smaller sailboat, I don't know the make or model. Also an old guy came in last night and bought up and so on. I didn't speak to him, it was on a different dock. Or it is a Swan class 45, brand new. So, yeah, and if it was the Swan, he should have passed me a long time ago. That's a brand new racing boat, and he should just fly past me. I'm doing 3.4 knots at the moment. I've been doing 3.7, 3.8 further out, but now you lose a little bit of wind when you get this close to land. So we'll see which boat this is. He haven't made up much ground, so that's why I'm expecting it to be this old boat, because he has probably old sails and shorter waterline than me and so on. So yeah. It appears that the other sailboat has given up on this course. It's going to pass in the cut on the backside of these islands, like I was planning on doing. We have changed plans for anchorage. most likely we're going to go further north and stay on a different side of the island that we were supposed to anchor at. The only thing that's annoying is that we have been invaded by these flies all of a sudden. Like we just ran into them. Big swarm of them. So they are all over the boat. There wasn't there when we left. They just, when we rounded these islands, we ran into a swarm of these flies. So we're trying to get them off the boat, and they are everywhere. So, and they seems to be attracted to the white surfaces or something. I don't know. A bit annoying. Let's see. I guess they will leave us soon, but we don't want flies around us. Closing in on our next turn, and that is going to bring us up this cut over here. So yeah, hopefully the wind is going to be favorable just to coast along the shore side on this side here and pass on the outside of these islands and on the inside of these. So that is the plan. It's beautiful country up here. You see these are the outskirts, not much vegetation on them, and you see the great green hills further in, so it's and the mountains behind that, so it's really nice. Temperatures are still perfect. Wind is okay. We are doing about 3.5 knots, and it is really, yeah, little wind. I've been focusing more on killing flies the last half an hour than I've been focusing on sailing, but the autopilot has not been that much distracted, so it's done a good job. So we have had a wind change all of a sudden. Not the best wind to go up this sound, but okay. When we get past this marker on our starboard side in a few minutes, I can clock over the course a bit more. But I've been struggling to keep the wind in the foresail because, yeah, the wind is too far aft. But it's such a short bit of water that I didn't want to put down in the sails. So ideally I should drop the main and just go on the main, on the foresail, but yeah, now the wind is clocking over, and yeah, it's good to have both sails. So we're gonna have a perfect sail up to the anchorage with the both sails up now after we've made this last bend, but we should have northerly winds, and now it's blowing straight from the west, so even southwest maybe. So it's I don't know, you can see the clouds out here. There's been going on quite a bit of thunder and storms around these days, and Fedje is in this direction, and that is covered in it right now. So I'm really glad I left Fedje. Yesterday there was 2 young girls killed by lightning in Norway. 2 sisters. There was 3 sisters that were struck at the same time, heading for a mountaintop, and that's stupid in a lightning storm. But the lightning came suddenly, and they were struck, and one 18-year-old and one 12-year-old young girl died from lightning strikes. So that's really sad. So there's been quite a bit of lightning these last days. We haven't seen any. We've been lucky. We thought we might have heard a thunder squall or a bolt of thunder half an hour ago, but I'm not really sure. I don't think it was thunder. I think it was some industry behind us, so I don't really know. But that's awful when things happen like that, and especially when young people die. So it's awful, but yeah, it's part of life, I guess. But now I've passed the navigation marker over here, and we are going through this cut. So I need to prepare a course change, and the wind has increased quite a bit the last few minutes. So yeah, we're gonna have a good sail the rest of the way. So it's really windy, blowing about 10 meters per second, and we are doing 6.7 knots. We've been touching 7 knots, 7 knots right there, in between these islands. So it's going really great, because the wind is a bit gusty. The boat wobbles a bit on its course, but it is holding a good course. So I'm just focusing on, oh, that's a good gust. So yeah, 7.6 knots, 7.7. So yeah, it's really moving along now. So perhaps I should be prepared to take the helm if necessary. So we had some really interesting sailing. We had good speed, touching right underneath 8 knots, heading up between the islands out here. And I figured when I was rounding the last island, the wind would disappear, and so it seems. So I rounded that corner and prepared I could see the entrance in the harbor here, so I decided now I can focus on finding a spot to drop the sails. But then the wind came down another stretch of water, so we nearly broached the boat. I picked up speed. I touched 8.1 knots, it says on the avionics app, so that's quite but because I was not at the helm then, the wind had dropped off and I was preparing to start rolling up the head sail and so on. So when the wind suddenly gusted in, I was getting back to the helm and the boat was starting to approach a bit, and I was having a handful getting control over the boat again, but it all went well. I just got the boat to handle the speed again. It took quite a bit of force, and then yeah, we let out the head sail and rolled it up quickly and started the engine and motored into the wind and dropped the main. And then we had good control and went into the marina. And this marina has this fuel dock right here, so we put up along here and so on to get control over the area, because Navionics says that if you go in here you get to the marina, the main marina, where you can rent a berth for the night. That's wrong. So we had to get back out, and we moored up to this dock and so on. And the fly situation, that was why we put up to this dock, because we needed to figure out this area. And also we needed to wash down the boat because I had done a fly massacre in the cockpit, so there was squeezed flies everywhere. It looked like a mess. So I pulled up here and I hosed down the cockpit, put some soap in a bucket and found a scrubbing brush and washed the cockpit. And when I was at it, I washed everything with gel coat on the top sides, and then I emptied out the anchor locker, dropped the anchor and the chain out and washed the anchor locker, and then I also washed the swim platform and underneath the housing for the baiting or swim ladder at the aft end. So yeah, it was quite a big job, so the time flew. so that's why now it's in the evening. I've had dinner and so on and went for a walk. This is a cozy place. This it's called Byrknesøy. It's really really a nice island. The marina I'm not quite sure, or the harbor I'm not quite sure what it's called, but the marina that we were going to is marked wrongly in the avionics map, so try to clarify that later on. Here we have the boat moored up at the fuel dock. This is some fishing industry stuff. This is the harbor entrance. Look at this nice view. How is this for evening view?